evening, guys. Welcome to the Friday Waffle, and it is coming to you on Friday for a nice change. Now, yeah, I'm still alive. I've not gone away. I've not put out a single video this week. I think this is probably the first time in a long time. In fact, it's probably the first time I've actually gone for a whole week, without putting out a single video. So I can only apologise. I really can. Yeah, I've just had a lot of stuff. I'm going to just call it stuff. I've had a lot of stuff to kind of occupy my mind these last 7 days, or last 5 days, I should say. Suffice to say, I'm delighted it's the weekend. I literally have just had a week from hell. I'm not going to go in any detail at all, but yeah, it's been a rather testing week, and I've not been getting home until pretty late. I've been doing 10-11 hour days this last week, and by the time I get in, I've just been absolutely exhausted. And what I've found myself doing is sitting down in the settee, having my dinner, putting the TV on, and before I know it, I've fallen asleep, going up for a bath, and then into bed. So I've really not done anything at all. It's been a bit of a blur. The one good thing about having a naff week is the week's going in really quick. I've literally not had a minute to myself. So yeah, I am so sorry for not getting out any videos. I did have one video which I meant to put out last week. It's only a short video, but I will put it out maybe tomorrow. As you know, my daughter is here. She comes to stay with me every second week, and the week that she's here, it actually makes it very difficult to make a video, because she loves to sit in the games room on the computer. Even though she's not on the computer, she'll sit at the computer and she'll go on her iPad, but it just means me actually getting access to the computer is very difficult. So I always find that the weeks that she's here, my video output is not very much. But like I says, I am sorry for no videos at all, but I wanted to at least get the Friday Waffle out. Saying that, although I've had a crap week, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I think, fingers crossed, I think things are going to get better real soon. That's all I can really say on that. But yeah, so I hope you've all had a better week than I've had. It wouldn't be difficult. Excuse me, I'm going to have a little drink of my tea and my Fan-Dabby Dozy Awesome Dad. Now, sorry for, I'm going to say that the crap video quality. As you can probably tell, I'm in the living room. Yep, that way. That is that famous picture of the guys sitting on a beam. Was it? I can't remember what was it. The Empire State Building supposed to be. Well, apparently, it was actually. It's now been confirmed that was a publicity shot. So I don't actually think that these guys sitting on the beam having their packed lunch is quite all it seems. As we know from the internet, you know what I mean? Nothing is ever as it seems. But yeah, like I says, what have I been doing? Have I been doing anything this last week? I've been selling quite a lot of stuff on eBay, not making a great deal of money. I've sold some Spectrum games, I've sold some Commodore 64 games, I sold, what did I sell? I sold some Atari games, and I've got other stuff up. So if you're interested, just go into eBay and type in MainMeister, and you'll see what auctions I've got. I'm selling various things. I think at the moment I've put up some more stuff. I've got some more C64 games. I've got Star Glider for the Atari ST. I've got Gunslinger, I think it was, for the Atari 800. It's on disc. And I've also put up Mario Paint, which it's a cartridge for the SNES, the SNES PAL, I should say. and it's basically it's a painting program, and you get a mouse. Yeah, the SNES mouse was actually a thing. You get a SNES mouse, and you've got I call it a mouse pad. It's basically a piece of plastic. But I've got to say, I did try it. I tried it the other night there just to make sure it works, and the actual mouse works surprisingly well. Yeah, I mean, if there was any games that use the mouse, then I would maybe keep it, but I'm not aware of any other SNES game actually utilising the mouse. Now, I've just noticed that the exposure, or the lighting exposure seems to vary quite a lot. Now, I think it was William White mentioned that. He told me what I need to do is turn the auto exposure off on the iPad. Now, I've got no idea how to do that. Don't know if it's possible. I went into options, can't find anything about it at all, so just have to kind of put up with it. But yeah, hopefully using this thing, using the movie maker, it's going to make doing the Friday Waffle that wee bit easier as well. So yeah, I've not been doing much at all other than working, sleeping and eating. I've been doing no exercise to speak of. I mean, I feel like I've got fat, but I don't think I'm as fat as I probably should be, considering how, I wouldn't even see how little exercise I'm doing. I am doing no exercise, none at all. I mean, I do a bit of walking at my work, but you know, walking isn't exercise. Well, I don't count it as exercise. Once things on the personal front settle down, I am wanting to get back to running. I need to get myself mentally back there, getting back out running, going to the gym, etc. I do miss it an awful lot. Anyway, back to kind of gaming. I was speaking to my mate Mike Hansen, who makes all these, well, what I would consider the best arcade joysticks money can buy. I have got numerous videos showcasing Mike's sticks. Now, he's made a couple recently which he wants to send me to kind of to do a review, and all I can say is wow. What he's come up with is, now I don't know if any of you guys, I'm sure you know what a Raspberry Pi is. There's a wonderful piece of software called RetroPie, which basically it's an all-in-one package for the Raspberry Pi, and it runs emulators, it runs every console under the sun, it runs arcade stuff, MAME, Final Burn, Amiga, you name it, it runs it. It's a wonderful bit of software, and it's completely free as well. All you need to do is get a hold of ROMs. But Mike, I had mentioned to Mike a while back, says, have you ever thought about kind of building a Raspberry Pi inside one of your controllers so that you can just basically plug it in via HDMI? So Mike went away and has been working on this thing for a few months, and he sent me some photographs tonight, and like I says, what he's done just looks like a work of absolute genius. I can't wait to get it, to actually try it. It just looks, I'm not going to put any pictures up, I want to let you see this thing when I get it. It just looks unbelievable. You know, I'm really stoked to actually get it. You know, I'm really excited about getting it. So yeah, I'm really, like I said, excited about getting that. That's kind of the only retro stuff I can talk about. There's not been anything. I did put my PlayStation on yesterday, I think. Did I play any games? I played Polybius for a very short time. I did put my main cab on. Excuse me. I did put my main cab on a couple of days ago. You know what, I put it on and I put it off. I forgot to play it, which is a bit rubbish. So what I'm going to do is, I say this every time, it is going to be a shorter than normal waffle, down for the simple reason I have absolutely hee-haw to talk about. Because I've not had a chance to make YouTube videos or anything, I've not had a chance to even see what's been going on in YouTube land or anything at all. I was up my games room, my games cupboard. As you know, I've got a games cupboard that's got loads and loads of stuff in it. and I noticed, and it's hard not to notice, the video pack, or was it the Magnavox Odyssey, I think they called it. Now, I've actually got 2 of these, and I have never ever played them. I think when I got it about 2 years ago, I think I played them for about 10 minutes. But what I'm planning to do this weekend, if I get the chance, maybe on Sunday, is dig the thing out and make a video, because I need to start playing stuff again. You know, I've just kind of, it's all become not too serious, but I've just kind of forgotten what it's like to actually play games again. Yeah, so that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to dig out my video pack. It's probably about the shittiest console you could ever own. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a look and see if there's any questions. I did notice a couple of questions popping in earlier on, so I'm just going to batter in with that. So 2 seconds, let me have a wee drink again. Right, okay. Right, first off, ye oldie gamer Steve, another top waffle, sir. Question for you, would you have liked to have had a job within gaming? And if so, doing what? That's a really good question, Steve. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that question before, and it's not something I've even thought about. Would I like to have had a job within the gaming industry? I suppose, if I was being honest, I would have to say hell yes, because I mean, why wouldn't I want a job in the gaming industry? Because gaming is my passion, and you know, we would all love to have a job based around hobbies. Now, as I mentioned, I think it was last week, I was watching Daniel Ibbotson. He did he put out a video last week, and it was basically his year as a full-time YouTuber. And just over a year ago, Daniel decided to become a full-time YouTuber, and he says it's the best job he's ever had. Why wouldn't you enjoy it? You know, if you can get by earning enough money to pay the mortgage, to put food on the table, to pay the bills, then why would you not want to do it? Now, if I was going to have a job, what would it be? I don't think, because I'm a complete twat when it comes to technology, it wouldn't be writing games. I suppose if I could, you know, if I could have the dream job, I suppose, yeah, it would be wonderful to be able to program games. That would be really, really nice. But I think, if I'm honest, I think my dream job in video gaming would probably be presenting Games Master, something like that. You know, I think Dominic Diamond is absolutely excellent. He's also Scottish. I just think it would have been a fantastic thing, because at the end of the day, that would be kind of tagging on to what I do in YouTube. I mean, I suppose if you were to look at it realistically, this is my Games Master, what I'm doing here. I'm on a camera talking to people, so I suppose I would absolutely love to have been involved in presenting some sort of video games TV programme. Maybe secondly to that, probably been working on a big magazine at the time, working on Zap magazine. That would have been pretty damned excellent. So yeah, I think if I could have been the next Dominic Diamond, I would take that. So great question there, Steve. What about you guys? If you could have a job in gaming, what would it be? Would it be game designing, gameplay testing, presenting, video reviewing? What do you think? Let me know. And next up is my good mate Dean Vinny Corneoli 62. How you doing, Dean? I have many of those old Jean-Michel Jarre CDs. Lots of Vangelis, Tangerine, Dream and Gary Newman CDs. Two good old days of early electronic tunes. Absolutely, Dean. I am a massive Jean-Michel Jarre fan. In fact, on last Sunday, I was at a car boot sale, and I managed to pick up vinyl. It's a double Jean-Michel Jarre, Oxygen and Equinox, and I think I actually mentioned that these are my two favourite Jean-Michel Jarre albums. So I managed to get a double album for the princely sum of £4. So get in. Vangelis, yeah, he did Chariots of Fire. Chariots of Fire is probably one of my, in fact it's not probably, Chariots of Fire is one of my favourite films of all time. For multiple reasons. I'm a massive, massive fan of true stories based on, you know, the underdog winning, you know, which is why I like Rocky and things like that. But yeah, it's all about Charles Abraham and Eric Liddell, or Sir Eric Liddell. I'm not going to tell you the story about it, but yeah, basically it was based around, it was the 1920 Olympic Games? I can't remember exactly. It was based around the Olympic Games, was it just after the war, just before the war, I think it was. And yeah, you've all heard Chariots of Fire, you know that tune. I'm not going to even attempt to play it. Well, in fact, since it's a video game channel, it's the theme tune to Hypersports on the Commodore 64. That was by Vangelis, although that version was by Martin Galway, but it was based on Vangelis theme tune. But I love Chariots of Fire to bits. It's an amazing film. It's inspirational. It probably played a part in getting me into running. You know, who can't watch the opening credits to Chariots of Fire and not be inspired? My dad and I used to watch a lot of athletics on the TV. We used to watch, you know, they used to have events at Crystal Palace when Sebastian Coe was racing against Steve Ovett or Steve Cram, and the Dream Mile, and I've got so many happy memories of my dad and I watching BBC One, BBC Two on a Sunday night watching athletics. And we went, as a family, we went to see Chariots of Fire, and I remember we liked it that much, we went back, I think the very next day, and we saw it again. So yeah, massive fan of Vangelis. Tangerine Dream, I'm not aware of that one, Dean. Can't say I've even heard of that at all. I'll need to do a little Google. Gary Newman, love Gary Newman, I think he's fantastic. I have got a Greatest Hits album, love all his stuff. So yeah, happy days. And Dean's also mentioned here a great point on technology changing and becoming worthless in a short period of time. Happy New Year, my friend. Thanks very much, Dean. Yeah, I was basically talking about just how quickly technology is becoming obsolete. I mean, even I'm looking on my right hand side there, and I have got a massive, but I've got maybe, I don't know, 200 DVDs. Now, DVDs were huge, they were absolutely massive for quite a long time, and now you can't get rid of DVDs. I mean, you can go to CEX, or Sex as apparently it's pronounced according to my daughter. You can go to Sex and pick up DVDs for like 10 pence, and I still think the DVDs are excellent, and yet they're kind of null and void. And then you've got Blu-ray, and even now Blu-ray is kind of obsolete. You know, look at 3D TV, that was one of these things that never ever took off. I always thought that 3D TV was, yeah, it was a bit of a gimmick. It never really took off at all. But even Blu-ray now, you know, we're now on to 4K. I mean, I've just got myself a 4K TV, and already you can get 8K TVs. I mean, it's just, why don't we just slow up and enjoy what we've got instead of constantly wanting to update and just jump all the time? I mean, it's the same with consoles. I've never hidden the fact that I would have been quite happy had video games never gone beyond the Xbox 360. In my opinion, the Xbox 360 is probably the best all-round console that you can buy, that money can buy right now. You know, the games look fantastic, they're HD, you can play online, maybe not, I don't know, can you still play online in the Xbox 360? I've got no idea, not that I ever really use it for that. But games are cheap as chips. You can go into CX again, or Sex, and you can probably pick up 10 games for 10 quid. You know, it's a great console. So I would have been quite happy if gaming technology had never gone beyond the Xbox 360. Obviously, we're now well into the PS4 era. In fact, we're probably, is it next year, I think, we're going to see the PS5. Well, it might even be sooner than that, I don't really know, to be honest with you. But yeah, tech just seems to become null and void so quickly. So anyway, Dean, thanks for your comments, mate. Batman, hi mate, you caught me on the hop by having this waffle on a Friday. How very dare you. This week's topic is a retro gaming museum has been set up and you are called upon to curate a particular section of said museum. You have to choose an era, game style or machine manufacturer for your section. What would you choose? Blimey, I'll tell you, you guys are getting good at the questions. Some of them are they're not always that easy to answer. So if I could curate a particular section, I'm going to be cheeky and say I would want to curate for two sections. It would have to be the early, and I'm not talking about 1990. I'm talking about the early 8-bit computer era, i.e. 1983 to about 1986, I think it is. That would be my era. The early games, your Synapse software, your Broderbund software, your US Gold era, all that sort of stuff. Even kind of, touching on the Atari 8-bit. But yeah, it would have to be 8-bit computers from 1983 to 1985. And the other part would have to be vertical shooters. Galaxian, Space Invaders, Terra Cresta, Slapfight, Dodon Patchy, and we'll even throw a bit of Berserk in there as well. So yeah, that would be my chosen sections. But what an absolutely great question, but fantastic. Ox is saying enjoy Arcade Club in Bury, Al. Yeah, I mentioned I'm going down to Arcade Club on the Saturday the 1st of February. Yeah, looking forward to that. I'm meeting up with my mate Paul Spriggs, aka Defender World Champion. It should be a really good weekend. Going down there Saturday morning, staying in Travel Lodge in Bury on Saturday night, and then I'm going to drive back up on Sunday morning. Sorry about that. Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, Arcade Club. Like I said, I'm down there on Saturday the 1st of February. But I am planning to get down maybe again in the spring. So what I'll maybe do, I don't know how many of you guys live near to Bury. I mean, I know there are arcade clubs, I think, in Leeds as well. I think the biggest one is in Bury, I'm not quite sure. But what I'll maybe do is, nearer the time, I'll pull together a date and I'll share it with you guys, and maybe we could try and look upon it as some sort of YouTube day out, weekend out, call it whatever you want. It would be absolutely brilliant to get some of you guys to come. Well, not to get some of you, but it would be great to get the team together. It really, really would. I don't know. There's no reason why something like that couldn't be a thing. I understand, obviously, there's travelling, there's distance and that kind of stuff. But let's try and make that something. Like I said, I'll leave it till maybe the spring, till we get to the better weather, maybe kind of March, April time, and then we'll try and pull something together. But it would be brilliant getting everybody together. So right, yeah, let's see. So that was Neil. Andrew Clegg. It wouldn't be that hard to download all of your videos, Alan. Just get your mates and online mates to download a few each, and we'd soon get there. Making sure that you don't end up with duplicates would be harder. Have fun in Bury. You still need to come down to Arcade Club in Leeds for a meet-up though. There you go. Exactly, Andy. We'll need to do that. We'll absolutely need to do that. Like I said, I'm open, to suggestions. Obviously, I'm up here in North England, i.e. Scotland, and yeah, Leeds is obviously a bit closer for me as well. So we'll do that. Yeah, I was mentioning last week about, I've got, I don't know how many videos, 1,400 videos on YouTube, and I would like to think that I could somehow have them all. Who wouldn't? I've put a lot of work into all these videos, or some of them I haven't, but it would be really nice, even for my daughter's sake, to have, when I've shuffled off to the great arcade in the sky, that she could watch or listen to me talking shite. I don't know. Yeah, I would I ask you lot to help me download them? I don't know, maybe. And what to do is, here's the thing. If anybody would like to help me download my videos, the only thing is we would need to, they're going to take up a lot of space. What we'd really need to do is, I mean, I've got I don't know how many, I have no idea how big all these videos would be. Like, what to do is put your hand up if you would like to help me start to archive my channel. Because what I could technically do, if you guys were willing to download my videos, then I could, in theory, send a USB hard drive and get them all backed up. But saying that, there's nothing to stop me doing it myself. I don't know, if you want to help me do it, then let me know. Let me know. Yeah, so that's thanks Andrew. William White, the video quality isn't great. You have some sort of automatic exposure going on. So as you move, the mid-grey level of the scenes change, and so does exposure. Results in a pulsating effect as the image gets brighter and duller constantly. Yeah, unfortunately, I've just noticed it still does that, William. I don't know how to get it to not do it. I've no idea. There doesn't appear to be an option on the iPad. You'd think there would be, but I'll just need to try and stop moving. And it's just done it again. If it's going to keep doing it, then I might have to, I don't know, maybe record it in black and white or something. I don't know. See if we can maybe get it working. You need to fix the white balance, and more importantly, fix the exposure to a set level so it cannot change. Like I says, I've got no idea how to do it. It doesn't seem to be something. If it's going to continually do it, then I might have to go back to using my GoPro or something. We'll see. Colin Jones, decades don't start from the beginning of the calendar, they're defined by the tens digit. Centuries and millennia are calendar based and start from year one. Also thinking about it now, how can 2030 be part of the 20s? Yeah, you know what, Colin, it's been a long week, I'm tired, and most of what you have said has just gone right over my head, but I kind of get where you're coming from. Well, we're talking about, when does a new decade start? Is it at the beginning of like 2020, or is it the end of 2020? It's one of these things, no matter how much you argue with somebody, somebody's always going to disagree. I can remember two games that had me in stitches at the time. Star Paws on the C64 when he used the rocket sled, and Day of the Tentacle on the PC when freeing the professor from the red tape. You know about Star Paws? I remember being that one of that. That didn't make any sense at all. I remember that game being one of the most disappointing games. It came, if I remember rightly, it was released by Palace Software. And was it Star Paws? I'm sure it was. I think. Am I thinking of Vortex Raid? I don't know. Is it Star Paws by Palace Software? If I'm thinking rightly, it was, because it was Palace Software, I thought, oh, it's by the guys that did Barbarian, this is bound to be good. And I remember thinking it was a bag of shite. Have I got the wrong game in mind? I can't actually remember. Anyway, Colin's asking, if you could get a cheap capture card that's easy to configure and use, would you do a live stream with real hardware? Yeah, probably would. Is it something I would buy, Colin? Probably not. See, this is where I wouldn't say a technophobe, but I'm just kind of, I don't know, I quite like the fact that my channel is no thrills. You know, you get what you, I was going to say you get what you pay for, but you know, if, you know, would I buy a capture card? No. If somebody wanted to give me a capture card, then great, I would probably try it, but I don't know. I don't even know how capture cards work. I'm assuming it plugs into the PC and you've got to plug an output from the capture card into a bit of hardware or something. I don't know. It would, I suppose it would be handy, but if it's going to involve too much hassle, chances are I wouldn't do it, Colin. I'm just a low budget channel, I'm afraid, buddy. And GTB Films, my mate Alan. Interesting question about piracy today. I was looking for Mario Party 9 for the Wii, so decided to compare getting a ROM versus buying it off eBay. The ROM is available, but it's a 1 gig download. Then I'd have to burn a DVD, maybe convert the ISO, then maybe it wouldn't run. Or I can just buy it for £15. I think now we have more disposable income and less time, the piracy option isn't very attractive anymore. It might feel differently if I was a modem kid with only saved up modern kid, with only saved up dinner money wanting the latest Switch game for $49.99. But for people our age who don't have much time to play games, it's easier to just pay for the few we actually want. Absolutely, Alan. Like I said, I was a prolific pirate back in the day. One thing I can categorically state, I have never and would never ever sell a game, never ever sold anything for profit. I used to buy shitloads of games back in the day. Equally, I used to pirate shitloads of games back in the day. I used to give my friends copies of my games all the time, but I've not pirated game for, if you classed games for the PSP, not the PSP, the PS Vita, then I technically pirated games last year, but there are no games coming out to Vita, so I don't really see that being bad. I know it is, but I don't really see it being bad. But I've not pirated games for years. I don't have any time to play all the games I've bought. Never mind pirating games. It's just not something I would do. If I want to play a game or I see a new game that's just come out, I'll go and buy it. But the thing is, with things like PlayStation Plus, you've got all these, I wouldn't call them free games because you still got to pay for them. But you've got all these games that are coming out, and I've simply not got the time to play all the games. So as Alan says, we don't have the time to play games, so why would you want to sit and plunder games for nothing? But the fact that games now, a game for the PlayStation, PlayStation 4, you're probably talking 60 gig. Really? Why not just wait 2 months and get it for £4.99 out of sex? Milthy Swinbuckle, not out this Friday, so I'm going to sit back with a drink and enjoy the waffle. Brilliant. I always think it's really, really funny that people look upon watching one of my videos as a way to relax. But you know what? I love to hear that. Ox is saying video quality is good, but there seems to be lighting issues with the iPad camera whenever you move about. Yeah, just William was saying that, Neil. It's a pain in the arse. I don't know why it does it. Well, I think I do know why it does it. It's to do with the lighting, auto lighting or something, but I don't know if there's any way to change it. If anybody knows how to take the automatic lighting thing off on an iPad, please let me know and I'll try and do it. I did have a play about with it before. See, when I go like that, I can see the light changing. Yeah, if anybody knows how to do it, let me know. I did have a play about with it and I couldn't figure it out. There wasn't really many options at all. Milthy Swinbuckle back again. Hello, Main Meister. Question for the next waffle. Hang on, let's see, read more. Because nowadays a commercial game needs to justify its price, do you think that the big companies can't make a simple classic game anymore? Games like Tetris, Pac-Man, Robotron could not be produced as they would be looked upon as too basic. A game like Super Pipeline could only get made by an independent programmer, as the multi-million-pound behemoths of the gaming world would never dare release such a game unless it had state-of-the-art 3D graphics, probably make it into a first-person shooter and scrap all the gameplay elements that make it what it is. Thus, a simple yet great game would have to be 100 times more complicated just to justify its price. What's the question? Yeah, do you think big game companies can't make a simple classic game? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Who was I talking? It was somebody mentioned that in my waffle last week, I think it was, saying that a game isn't just tens of millions. Games nowadays run into hundreds of millions. I mean, can you imagine how much a game like Grand Theft Auto 5 would actually take to produce? The mind boggles. I mean, I cannot get my head around how a company even begins to make a game like Grand Theft Auto 5, or even any first person shooter that you get nowadays. It's just mind boggling, absolutely mind boggling. So yeah, there's no way that a company is going to take the chance of risking 100 million to make a new Super Pipeline 2. It's not going to happen. Simply not going to happen. They've got to stick to tried and tested genres, formulas, games they know that are going to make money. Hence the reason you're now on FIFA 20. I don't even know how many FIFAs have come out. I don't know when the first FIFA came out. Did the first FIFA come out 1993? Because I'm sure there was a FIFA. There was definitely a FIFA 95. Was there a FIFA 94? I can't remember. So yeah, there's been 95, 2000, 2000. Yeah, there must be about 30 FIFAs out. But you know, these are tried and tested formulas. They know that people are going to buy them. And that's why we've got the same repetitive game genres coming out year on, year out for the same consoles. And that's why Nintendo stick to the tried and tested formulas with Mario, with Yoshi, Donkey Kong. But to be fair to Nintendo, they do try and push the boat out when it comes to hardware, and that's what I do like about Nintendo. They're not frightened to check or to test new things. So no, I think to answer your question, Milty, I think it's always just going to be, you're going to get indie gamers bringing out games that they sell for $2.99 or whatever, or $5.99, or it's going to be mobile games. Mobile platforms is now the new 8-bit platforms. It's where people can make games for not a lot of money, sometimes free, other times for $1.99. But I don't think we're ever going to see real unique games, big commercial AAA titles anymore, just because companies are not willing to take the risk. So thank you for that. Next is down the rabbit hole, Kevin. How you doing, Kevin? Hi Alan, I caught a bad flu bug, so my video output is slower than normal, but I'm going to experiment and see if I can get more views or subscribers even though I'm putting out less content. Well, you know what, Kevin, I sometimes find that the less content I put out, the more subscribers I get. But then I think that might be down to the fact that the less videos I put out, the less I am on YouTube, and therefore I'm not going in day in, day out. So if I don't go into YouTube for a week and I go, oh, I've picked up 20 subscribers, there might be some of that, I don't know. Did you experience that for those many months that you were off YouTube? I've not, to be fair, Kevin, I've never been off YouTube for any length of time. I mean, I had that thing about, I don't know how many years ago, 4 years ago, where basically guys at my work were taking the piss out of me and I took my channel down. But I was only off YouTube for a couple of days. But I think probably this year I have had my video output has been slim pickings, to say the least, and it doesn't stop the channel growing. When I say growing the channel, I mean people subscribing to videos, because I've got so many videos out there. You know, I've got 1,400 videos. I mean, there's probably not many people who watch my channel who've actually watched every video. If you have, you're a sick puppy. There's probably only 2 people that's possibly watched every video, and that'll be Brian and Jamie Williamson, or Andy as he's now called. They were 2 of my very earliest. I think Brian was my 2nd ever subscriber. And you've got him to thank for me still doing these, because after, I know I'm like a broken record. That's one thing I notice about getting old, you tend to repeat yourself. But after 3 weeks of doing YouTube, I noticed, I think I had 3 subscribers, and I think my views on my sort of last video were like 3. And I just thought, why am I bothering? What am I making? Why am I making videos? That is a completely pointless thing. Nobody's watching them. And I was going to knock it in the head, and I did put out a video saying that I was going to knock on the head, and Brian said, look, I really enjoy your channel. For what it's worth, I enjoy it. And thanks to that, I kept going, and here I am, I don't know how many years, almost 6 years later. So yeah, sometimes, Kevin, you don't have to be putting out YouTube videos to get subscribers, but if you've just started the channel, then obviously you have to put out content. You can't expect people to subscribe to a channel that's got 3 videos and you're not doing anything, because I wouldn't subscribe to a channel that's got 3 videos and isn't doing anything, because, you know, it's dead. But yeah, if you've got a big back catalogue like I have, then, you know, people will come along, and because my videos, they're not, you could watch one of my videos now or you could watch it in 3 years' time, and technically it's still relevant because I tend to talk about history anyway, so it doesn't really make much difference. Secondly, now that the COPA rule thing is in effect, have you noticed anything different with your videos? I haven't. Nah, the only thing I've noticed, Kevin, is I constantly get asked before I put a video up, is this kid friendly? And I always put no. I mean, there was an option that I ticked that said none of my videos are kid friendly. I know some probably are, some possibly are, but no, I've not noticed any difference. I mean, yeah, although my channel is monetized, I can't say I've noticed any difference. You know, I'm a part-time YouTuber. So to answer that, Kevin, no, I haven't, mate. And finally, I'm curious what your experiences have been in starting a new job at this stage of your life, because I'm around your same age and I've often wondered what a career change would be like. Any thoughts or advice or insights you can share? What I will say, Kevin, is you're never too old to change jobs. Now, you know, I wouldn't, if you've been an accountant all your life and you get to 55 years old, or I'm 52, you get to 52, I wouldn't recommend you decide you want to become an actor, or, you know, you want to become a gardener when you've been an accountant. Not to say that you shouldn't do that, it's probably not a good idea to do it this time in life. What I would say I've found though is, I mean, I stayed in the same job or in the same company for 20 years, and it was down to the simple reason was I hated interviews. I would absolutely run a mile to avoid an interview. Now it doesn't faze me in the slightest. I've had loads of interviews in the last year and they don't faze me in the slightest. And I wish I had done this 10, 20 years ago. Maybe not 20 years ago, but 10 years ago, and I'd got out before now, and, you know, when I was still younger. But what I would say, one thing about, I'm 52 years old, I would probably say, me personally, I'm probably at my peak as far as being good for a company, because I've got I've got a wealth of experience which you can't get being green behind the ears, coming from university. Yeah, I don't have a degree, I never went to university, but you cannot put a price on experience, and I've got so much experience. Like anybody who's 52 years old, I've got a wealth of experience, so I'm probably at the best time, you know, to get a job, to command more money, etc. As you know, I did start a new job, I'm in a new job. I'm still seeing how it goes. I mean, it's still been a challenge. Without saying too much, it has been a challenge, but I would say absolutely, Kevin, never ever think I'm too old, I've been in a job too long to change. You know, when you get to my age, you get to a point, you don't really care. One thing doesn't bother me is I don't take it personally when I don't get a job or I'm rejected for something, because I don't care, you know. I mean, I don't care. I really don't. If I go along and in for an interview and I give my best and I don't get the job, hey ho, you know, I gave it my best. I don't care. So absolutely, Kevin, you're never ever too old to not change jobs. Just go for it, buddy. So anyway, Kevin, thank you very, very much. And the last one is, oh, hang on a wee second. Hang on a second. What's going on here? By Panther UK, Chris. Great waffle, old chap. Being a bit of a metalhead, well, okay, a lot of a metalhead, I never really got into stuff like Jean-Michel Jarre back in the day. But thanks to Rob Hubbard, I listen to all sorts of electronica now with Gary Newman and Tangerine Dream. Yeah, Tangerine Dream, I'll need to... See, you're the second person to mention that. I'll need to go and have a look. I've never actually heard of them. Don't know how that happened. Being up there with Jarre for you, for me, but still mostly metal. Well, I'm the same. I'm a metalhead, definitely, but I like electronic music as well. For next time, if you manage to complete China Minor, what will be the next live stream challenge game? Very good, very good. If I ever complete China Minor, I think I could categorically say here and now, I will never ever complete China Minor unless I was to put cheekbones on. It might get to a point, now this is only tentatively it might get to a point where I think, right, we're all bored of China Minor, I can't get past level 4, let's pick another game. Maybe it should be Sonic the Hedgehog or something. Nah, that's too... We'd need to come up with a game that is impossible and see if we can actually complete it. Yeah, but me completing China Minor, no chance. Anyway, right guys, that's... Well, I said it was going to be a short waffle. As always, it's not a short waffle, it's going on and on and on and on and on, so hopefully I've not bored too many people. But, yep, I'm going to get off and make myself a nice cup of Ovaltine before I put on my my smoking jacket and get the head down. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend if you're watching this on Friday. If you're watching it after Friday, I hope your weekend was lovely. Thank you as always to all your continued support. I do promise to get out some videos next week. I might, now this is just a might, I might try and sneak in a live stream this coming Sunday night. What I'll do is, if I'm going to do it, I'll put a link on my Main Meister Facebook page. I will try and advertise it. I might try and sneak in a wee hour and a half's live stream on Sunday night. But please keep the questions coming, guys. Thanks as always to all your support. Love you guys to bits, I really, really do. So anyway guys, as always, thank you very, very much for watching.